There was some big news announced on eBay last week and across the government's budget and all that sort of stuff. And it seems that the government is increasing the self-assessment amount for resellers and side hustle businesses and all that sort of stuff. And this is the announcement. I'll put it up on the screen so you can read along. In a significant boost for side hustlers across the UK, the government announced this week that the threshold for filing a self-assessment tax return for trading income will rise from £1,000 to £3,000 by 2029. Up to 300,000 people, many of them with side hustles, including those selling on eBay, will no longer have to file a tax return with HMRC, simplifying the process considerably. Eve Williams, eBay Share Express enthusiasm, great. So the .gov website states this will be welcome news for thousands of UK sellers for whom eBay is a side hustle and a means of supplementing their household income during challenging times. By removing the paperwork associated with selling online, hopefully it will help those side hustles grow into fully fledged small businesses. Please note that this is separate to digital sales reporting, which requires online platforms to share information over certain thresholds of HMRC. It's also not to be confused with the trading allowance. Tax allowance that currently applies to trading income. However, it's an extremely positive move for the government, which will help support eBay sellers. We'll continue to advocate for all of our sellers, business and private alike, to drive more positive change that makes selling simpler and more profitable for you. So yeah, it looks like the government is increasing the amount from £1,000 to £3,000 before you have to file a self-assessment, which is quite big news for the resellers that aren't, businesses, or they're just doing it as like a hobby or a side hustle or whatever. So some pretty good news. We'll have a look at some sales and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this a bit more. First up, we've got Mr. Nuts for the SNES. Who remembers this one? Classic game, complete in box, going up for £62.50. Hone Pokémon Pokedex LCD screen. I think we've got one of these left in stock, actually. A couple of these have gone out in the last couple of weeks. 30 quid. Zoe, this absolute muppet's going out for a tenner. Doom 3 dual case PC, fiver. Had some fun testing this Steeple Tone MP3 vinyl player. Really cool this was. I think this is going up for 60 quid, 50 quid, something like that. Fat Nintendo DS bundle for 35 quid. Final Fantasy VII 10th Anniversary Ultimania. It's like a Japanese art book. Really, really cool. Going out for 30 quid. Now, this is a hard to find Pokemon Select figure. Deoxys Original Form going out for £50. We've also got the Mega Charizard X going out for 35 quid as well. One of my favourites. And it's only Suicune left, guys. Go pick it up while you still can. Hannah Montana Rock the Stage Dance Mat. Brand new in box, but the box has got a little bit of a squash on it. Going out for 50 quid. Stack of Bleach DVDs. These went out on auction. I think this one actually sold for a tenner in the end. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I think these cost me like 10p each or something stupid. So yeah, it was worth picking up. So yeah, here's the government trying to convince us that they're trying to do something for us. Let's go through it bullet point by bullet point. Let me know in the comments what you think about this though. But I'm going to give you kind of my opinion on it. In a significant boost for side hustlers, we're going to be raising it from £1,000 to £3,000 by 2029. And the problem with this, guys, is that by 2029, remember that's, 4 years away, right? Nearly 5 years, nearly half a decade away. How much do you think our bills are going to go up in the next 4 years, right? Definitely more than £2,000 a year, right? I mean, £1,000 to £3,000, it does sound pretty good. I mean, we know though as resellers, if we're in a business, how quickly you can rack up £3,000. I think it works out like £250 a month or something like that. But if you are not a business and you are, side hustling or whatever, you definitely should be taking a full advantage of this allowance. Now, what it does mean though is that they are still sending your information to HMRC. So the all of the data is still being sent, whether you sell 1,000, 3,000, 10,000 or £10. All it's saying is that you don't actually need to file a self-assessment through HMRC if you are under £3,000 by 2029. I don't know what the outcome of it's going to be next year. I don't know if it's going to go straight from 1,000 to 3,000 in 2009, or whether it's going to go up in general, like small increments. Well, I don't really see the point in that. It's like £500 a year or something. But at least we're getting something back, guys. But yeah, welcome to thousands new sellers from eBay's side hustle. Hopefully we'll help these side hustles grow into fully fledged small businesses. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't think £3,000 is really going to make you decide whether you're going to want to turn it into a small business, right? £3,000 across the course of a year is absolutely nothing, really. Let's be honest, guys. Please note that this is separate to digital sales, so I did already mention that this won't affect the thresholds when they send you over the data, send over data to HMRC. However, it's an extremely positive move from the government, which we will help to support eBay sellers. We continue to advocate for all of our sellers, businesses, private alike. So what's this really going to do, guys? I mean, personally, I don't think this is going to have much of an impact. As I said, you know, £3,000 is just not a lot of money at all, especially over the course of a year, right? It's good to see that they're actually making some sort of change, but let's be honest, that extra £2,000 is going to be swallowed up, if it hasn't already, over the last 5 years, through inflation, through rising bill costs, like your water going up, council tax going up, electricity going up, food costs going up, you know, rent, mortgages going up, everything going up. So this extra £2,000 that the government aren't really giving you, they're making you still work for it, essentially. By 2029, it means that they're not even going to really. It's not going to make a dent in things, in it, by 2029. We know how things are going. Prices are constantly going up. Inflation's constantly going up. The government can't control spending still, or they're certainly spending money in the wrong places anyway. And I just don't see really this is going to have much of an effect on eBay resellers. Now, one thing I do think that will change going forward, and let me know in the comments if you think this is the case as well. I think that the boot sale economy itself might actually grow from this. Now, it will be a double-edged sword. There will be positives and negatives that come from it. But I do think a lot of the people that are giving up selling on eBay quite possibly won't give up selling altogether, and what they'll possibly do is take their trade to boot sales. I see people like this all the time. I see people, you know, regularly that do, you know, boot sales and things like that. And I don't know if they're registered businesses. It's not my business at all. I don't really care. But I see them there all the time, selling the same stuff, and yeah, that's what I think will happen. You might see more of these people move from the online space into the boot sale space, into like the black market, you could say. You know, remember like your old markets and you know, things like that from the 90s. I think that's what could happen. But what will happen as a result is that I think the prices at boot sales as a result will actually start to creep up as well, because all of these people that are selling at the boot sales, they know what these things are going to be worth, because they're in the business, and ultimately they will want a higher markup on the things that they're selling, which is perfectly fine. But I think, yeah, one thing you've got to remember is that, you know, if you are a seller at a boot sale, trying to get an eBay price at a boot sale, you're going to end up going home with everything, right? You need to find, you know, and this is a lot of what the, you know, the house clearance guys do. You know, a lot of the people that kind of are like middlemen for the, you know, the online resellers, they will charge a fair price. They might be like £5-10, you know, for instead of, like, you know, getting 2s and 3s and things like that you usually would off of like a normal person. So just be aware of that. I think that'll be something that you will see over definitely the next 5 years actually, and you know, the cash economy, so to speak, will continue to grow on the boot sale, I believe. But let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's quite an interesting topic to see how the boot sale economy and the reselling economy will grow over the next few years, and that's something that we kind of wanted to talk about on this channel, and how things are expanding. But yeah, let me know what you think. Is this really going to make much of a change? Let's be honest, £2,000, an extra £2,000 a year is a pittance, really. I think our like electric and gas bill's gone up that much in the last 5 years. So, you know, by 2029, a complete pittance. I don't know what this government's really playing at, to be honest with you. But let's not get into politics on the comments. Actually, let's get into politics in the comments. Get in the comments. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new here. Come back, like it, share it. Check out the site. Don't be tight. And let us know as well what your favourite sale of today was. There's some pretty decent value stuff going out today, actually, which is pretty good. We all like to see decent value stuff going out. Thanks for watching.